Financial planning is all about you, your goals, your ambitions, your wants and needs. But it's also about your money. It's about making it, growing it, leveraging it, protecting it, enjoying it, and preserving it. Making it. This is your income plan. Here we look at your personal earnings and your investment earnings, and we look at strategies to improve your position to stretch your dollar further. Strategies such as income splitting, salary sacrificing, negative gearing. There are many different strategies, however we will agree what's best for you and your particular circumstances and implement them. Growing it. This is your investment plan. Here we look at your short, medium and long-term goals, and again we look for strategies to improve your position. So how do we invest your money? In defensive assets or growth assets, or a combination of both? And where do we invest? In your name or your partner's name? Your super fund or family trust? Do we put it all in at once or do we dollar cost average? Should we use a savings plan, and should we look at gearing as part of this strategy? Again, we determine what you're comfortable with and we implement that. Leveraging it. This is your debt plan. Here we are looking at your personal debt and your investment debt to determine if we can improve your current debt structure and whether debt can play a part in your wealth creation. So, are you accessing the lowest cost debt secured against residential property? Or do you have more expensive debt, such as credit cards or personal loans? Do you have investment debt? And do you have a line of credit for emergencies and opportunities? Are you paying principal and interest or interest only? Are your rates fixed or variable? How aggressively are you using debt? And if you went to a lender today, how much could you borrow? Protecting it. This is your risk plan. Here we look at your personal risks and your investment risks. But first we need to understand what risks are you taking in the way that you have structured your personal circumstances and how can we mitigate those risks. So for instance, a loss of income through the death or permanent or partial disability of yourself or your partner can be mitigated through life insurance. We want to make sure your major assets are insured: your home, your cars, your boat. If you have a lot of debt, then we need to understand the impact on your cash flow if interest rates increased by 2 or 3%, and if that would be catastrophic for you, then we need to fix those rates. And we want to make sure you can sleep at night with the investments you have in place, and any investments that we recommend for you. So we do things like risk profiling to determine the level of risk that you are comfortable with, and we educate you about what can go wrong with your strategies, as well as what can go right so you can make informed decisions. Enjoying it. This is your retirement plan. Here we look at your pre- and post-retirement needs and look at ways to improve your position. In pre-retirement, we need to understand at what age you would like to retire and with what income. We can then determine the asset base that you need to build to achieve your retirement goals and whether you are on track. To do that, we need to understand what assets you have within super and what assets you have outside of super, and with the ever-changing contribution rules, how we can get enough funds into super to achieve your objectives. In post-retirement, you will be relying on your superannuation pension and any age pension that you are eligible for, so it's all about properly managing your investments and eventually setting you up for aged care. Preserving it. This is your estate plan. Here we look at what you own, what you owe, and what you control, and we need to understand what you would like to achieve in your estate plan and how we can provide predictability around these needs. To do this, we need to know what assets you have and how they are owned and controlled, as this will determine how they are treated on your death. Assets will be transferred either through your will, directly or through management and succession rights. During your lifetime, the use of powers of attorney and powers of guardianship may assist in achieving your financial and medical wishes. So as you can see, we offer a comprehensive service package. We look at your current situation across all 6 areas of advice. Of the many different strategies available, We determine what's right for you and your circumstances, and we implement those. We see ourselves very much in the centre of the circle, with you, determining the strategies that will achieve your objectives. And then we determine which products and policies and which people, such as your solicitor, your accountant, and your mortgage broker, that we need to work with to bring together your plan and make it happen.